Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for taking some time to click on this video. I have a Walgreens haul here for you that cost me exactly $1.50 before tax, so I thought that was pretty good for all of these products. So before we jump in, I want to talk to you guys about a phone call that I made to Walgreens today. But before we get into that, I think we've talked in my videos before about how I'm getting tons of paper boosters, which is fantastic. But my account, my husband's account, my son's account, none of us have gotten a digital spend booster in a very long time. The only ones that we get are like the spend 40 and get the $10 in Walgreens cash, like the Always products, stuff like that. But as far as like a lot of you have gotten that really generous, spend 35, get $7 in Walgreens cash, multi-use digital booster, which is wonderful. And I was really curious about why I'm not getting them. So just to play around on a device last night that I do not use to log into my Walgreens accounts, like on my phone, I'll log into my account. And then if I want to do some shopping on my husband's account, I'll, log out and then log back into the app with his login, stuff like that. I do that all on the same device. So I decided to use my tablet to create another Walgreens account. And honestly, I didn't have another phone number because, it's just me and my husband and son. So that's all the phone numbers that we have. So I just actually used my parents' landline number just to kind of set up an account to see what would happen. So I set that up last night. And then this morning, that did have a spend 20 and get $5 in Walgreens cash digital booster in it, which is probably, just some kind of welcome one or whatever. But I'm really curious. So I am only going to use that device to log into that account and never, I'm not going to log into it from any other accounts, devices or anything. So I'm really curious if I don't mingle them on the same device, if something will happen. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws here. So I just wanted to see. So today, when I got that point booster, I thought, well, that's interesting. So I pulled up my own account on my cell phone and I called Walgreens customer service because I was just really curious if they had any kind of answer for me. So a very nice gentleman, took my call and I said, hey, I shop at Walgreens a lot. I used to get these point boosters, and I just don't get them anymore. Is there something wrong with my account? Is it flagged? Is there some kind of issue? And he's like, oh, well, yeah, I can see here you're a very loyal Walgreens shopper. And he's like, so no, I don't know. He's like, I'm looking, I'm not seeing anything on your account. They didn't flag you for anything. I was like, okay. I was like, because, it's like a lot of people, and not everybody, I was like, but a lot of people have gotten this really great digital point booster this week for spend 35 and get $7 in Walgreens cash, unlimited booster. And he's like, yeah, he's like, well, let me check my own account. So he logged into his own account. He's like, yeah, I got it. And I'm like, that's really nice. I'm glad for you. And he was like, yeah, I have it. And he's like, so he's like, well, let me check your account. And he's like, so I see that you have the spend 40 and get the $10 in Walgreens cash. He's like, but you don't have any other ones right now. He's like, so just so you know, for the summer, we have gotten rid of the ones where you, like the monthly ones where you make so many trips. And after you make that many trips and spend a certain amount per, you get like, amount of Walgreens cash, like make 4 trips over $20 and get $10 in Walgreens cash. He's like, we're not doing that for the summer. And I was like, no, that's fine. It's totally fine. I was like, I was just really curious. And he's like, yeah, he's like, last week they gave me a whole bunch of different ones to use. Which I was like, well, that's great for you. It was just funny the way he said it. Like, no, yeah, I don't know. It was comical. And I was like, well, is there like IT, someone, it's just somebody who could maybe give me a reason. He's like, well, there's somebody I can call. Do you want to hang on? And I was like, sure. So he was going for like 60 seconds and he comes back and he said, okay, he's like, so they told me that there's an algorithm. He said that the people who are getting the digital spend boosters consistently, he said there's an algorithm that it is now being based by the store that you shop at and the items that you buy. And I thought, that sounds pretty generic. I was like, because I've been going to the same Walgreens forever and I used to get them. And I know a lot of you guys have multiple accounts due to, having multiple adults in your household. And like your one account will get it and the other ones won't. And I'm sure you're buying the same kind of stuff on all your accounts at the same store. So that seemed a little like, I don't know. Like they didn't really have an answer for me, but apparently there's an algorithm and it's based on what store you shop at and what items you buy. So anyway, that's what they told me. So I went ahead and used that new account today because I want to see if I'll get another digital spend booster next week, or if it picks up on the fact that I shopped at the same that store and it's not going to give me one. So I used it for the Schick products. So there is a deal this week where if you spend $20, you get a $10 register reward. So I had all of these paper point boosters. Walgreens, I said, was very generous to me last week with the paper boosters. And I was on my way to Walgreens today, and I was checking them when I stopped the car for a minute now while I was driving. And I looked at them, and they all expired yesterday. Which for some reason I felt like they were good through today, but I was wrong. So they all expired yesterday, and I know that they will probably scan today, but just to be on the safe side, I ordered a photo. And so I picked up my photo, and thankfully these spend 15 and get $5 in Walgreens cash paper booster printed out, and also a spend 25 and get $7 in Walgreens cash paper booster printed out. And the cashier gave me 2 more spend 15 and get $5 in Walgreens cash boosters that she said people had left behind. So I was like, well, forget the expired ones and toss them, because now I had a whole brand new stack of them. And every deal that I did today printed a minimum of $1 paper booster. $1. One of the, you know what I'm saying. It printed at least one paper booster. I have so many of them, it's crazy. So I guess that's the algorithm at my store. So I went ahead and got the Schick deal. This men's razor is actually a value pack, and it has, I think it usually comes with like 2 refills in it, but this one came with 3, so I went ahead and got that one. This is $9.99, and we have a $4 digital for the men's, and we also have a $4 digital for the women's, so I went ahead and picked up this for $14.99. So I'm still out of printer paper, so we're going on the old lined paper here. So it's $24.98 for the 2 of them. I had 2 $4 digital coupons made at $16.98. I got my $10 register reward and $10.24 back in Walgreens cash. $5 for that digital booster that I had of spend 20 and get 5. And then I used one of the boosters that I got from the photo for spend 15 and get 5. So I got $20.24 back total, making them a $3.26 moneymaker. And that's on the new account. So we'll see, what happens with that next week. So here is everything: the refill, the men's razor, the point booster. This was a $10 register reward I had from last week, I think, for the Shea Moisture, and then 4 for probably like Garnier or something like that. And then there's my 2 $4 digital coupons. So it was $2.98 out of pocket, and I got that $10.24 back, and also the $10 register reward, which I did roll into the next transaction. Sorry, we had to take a pause there. My cat was knocking everything on the floor. So then I went ahead and did this Old Spice deal because we have Ibotta rebates that don't exclude the use of coupons, $2 up to 3 times. We get a registered reward back with them. And then also on Fetch, I have a spend 17 and get $1.50 back, or 1,500 points on Fetch. I've been using that one. It just keeps coming back, so I'm going to keep using it. And then I had completely forgot that this was going to print out. I saw on Jody's video that when you do Old Spice deals, you're going to get this, and this is good through next Monday. So that was really cool. So I forgot that was even going to print out. So I picked up 4 of these at $8.99 a piece. Now I had a 5 off 3 digital coupon and a 2 off 1 digital coupon. Sometimes they work well together. Sometimes they don't. I just decided to go for it and get 4 of the Batman ones. So they are $8.99 a piece. 2 will be half off and 2 will be full price. I'm sorry that my counter was a little bit wet there apparently. So it's $26.96. I had the $5 off of 3 digital and the $2 off of 1 digital, and they did play nice and all came off, making it $19.96. I got the $4 register reward, which I rolled into the next transaction. $7.26 in Walgreens cash because I used that spend 25 and get $7 from Walgreens cash booster that printed out, which was amazing. I got $6 back from Ibotta and $1.50 back from Fetch, giving me back $18.76, where I spent out $19.96. So it was only $1.20 for all of them. And I got this cool booster here, and that's 200 P&G points. I think at CVS yesterday I ended up with 400, so that makes 600, plus I'll get another 100 over here, so that's 700. So if I just answer 2 surveys, I'll have enough points for another $5 OTC barcode. So here is the 2 half price ones, the 2 full price ones, that point booster, a $10 register reward I earned from the Schick, and then my 2 digital coupons both did come off, leaving me $9.96 to pay, and I got the $7.26 back in Walgreens cash. But I paid that $9.96. I had taken a $10 virtual Visa card from the Haleon rebate, went on Walgreens website this morning, purchased a $10 email gift card from Walgreens, and I used that to pay. So I didn't have anything out of pocket. Well, a couple cents after tax I had to pay out of pocket, but so that was pretty sweet. So I decided to get the vitamins, the Nature's Bounty vitamins at Walgreens today, because we do have that $3 rebate back on Ibotta with a limit of 2, and they are buy one get one free at Walgreens as well. So I just threw the Colgate deal in with it, and then I used one of the point boosters that they had given me, or maybe it was the one I got from the photo. It was a spend 5 and get 15. So the Nature's Bounty is $12.99. Buy one get one free, so you're just going to pay the $12.99 and get $6 back on Ibotta. The Colgate is 2 for $8, so it's $20.99 for everything. The only coupon I had was the $3 off of the 2 Colgate, which made that $5, so everything was $17.99. I got back $6 on Ibotta, the $4 register reward, and $5.20 in Walgreens cash for the booster. So I got back $15.20, where I spent out $17.99, and there's not even tax on these products, which is wonderful. So it was only $2.79 for all 4 of these products. And then I used that register reward in the next transaction. So here is the free Nature's Bounty and the Colgate, the one I paid for, my point booster, my $4 register reward from the Old Spice deodorant, my $3 digital for the Colgate. I paid $13.99, got back my $5.20 in Walgreens cash, and I just paid that. I transferred some Ibotta money to my PayPal debit card to pay for that, which was great. Then the last transaction I did was on these Old Spice Fiji body wash. We still have a paper coupon for $4 off of 2 Old Spice products that includes like the 2-pack of deodorant, hair care products, and pump deodorants. So I went ahead and picked these 2 up, and I used the, what point booster did I use on this one? It was another one of the spend 15 to get $5 in Walgreens cash. So it is $10.99 for these 2 Old Spice a piece, so they're $21.98. They're part of a deal where if you spend $20, you get a $5 register reward. So I used that $4 paper coupon, made it $17.98. I did get my $5 register reward, which I still have because that was my last transaction. $5.21 in Walgreens cash for the booster, $4 back on Ibotta because we have a separate rebate that works on these large pumps for like $2 back on each one. And then $3 back on Fetch. I specifically picked up the Fiji scent ones because we have a separate rebate on Fetch for 750 points back when you buy Fiji scented or like Swagger body wash or the deodorant. So it gave me the $1.50 for spending $17 on Old Spice. It did not pick up on the fact that they were Fiji, so I did have to submit a ticket for that, but I do expect to get the additional $1.50 back. So that's $17.21 back where I spent out $17.98. So I made 77 cents for these 2 giant Old Spice products. And I got another one of these for Old Spice products. So that was fantastic. So everything, we had the one moneymaker, low cost on the rest, made it $1.50 for everything before tax. And these are the rest of the boosters that printed out for me. So I still had one more of the ones that they gave me when I originally got there. For spend 15 and get 5. Then I got a spend 35 and get 7 that printed out. 25 and get 5. Let's see. 30 and get 7. I like that one too. Spend 30 and get 6. And then this one, I was not too, I mean, I would definitely use it if it was the only one I had, but the spend 30 get 5, whereas I can, spend 30 and get 6. So that would be like a last resort one, but I'm still very blessed to have it. Yeah, so, I mean, they're just printing like you wouldn't believe. So that must be, I don't know, that must be the algorithm in my store. So if you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching.